They're still standing there. And they're still standing there. The big nine. Oh my God. Those does are still standing there. They don't know what just happened. I don't know if I hit him or not. But there's still 5 does standing there. Oh my goodness. That was unbelievable. Man. Oh Lord. That was the craziest thing ever. I had a 6-point come out and stand underneath me feeding for a long time this morning. I had nine does walk out in front of me. And I kept hearing one back over in the woods across from me snorting and blowing. And I knew it was a buck. He took his time, worked his way around in a circle, and finally stepped out. He looks to be the big 9 that I've got a couple of pictures of. Man, that was unbelievable. And while as soon as he stepped out, a bobcat ran across the field and spooked all the deer. There are still 5 does standing here in the middle of the field feeding. They don't know what just happened. Muzzleloaders are crazy like that. It doesn't spook the deer the way a rifle does. But anyway, I held right on him. He was about 80 yards. Very clear, clean shot. I had to shoot offhand, freehand, but it was very stable, very steady. I don't know. He took off real slow, didn't raise his flag like he was scared. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to get down and go look. It's unknown at this point. Man, I hope I got him. I've put a lot of effort in here on this farm this year, trying to keep it, maintain it, develop it for deer habitat. And as you can see, to have 9 does and 2 bucks come out on the first real morning that I've hunted here. Well, I hunted some archery mornings, but this is the first time I've hunted out of this stand all year, and I was waiting for the perfect weather conditions to do it. Good cold morning, about 31 degrees. Wind coming in straight out of the north. When those conditions are like that on this place, the deer use right here heavily. So, oh man, I'm going to get down and go look and see if I see any blood. It's awesome. Alright, called in some reinforcements to try to look for this deer. It's not looking very good. We haven't seen any hair or blood anywhere. So, I don't know. The only thing that has me concerned there is my brother shot one last weekend with his muzzleloader, and it didn't bleed for about 100 yards. And I just managed to stumble across the blood trail zigzagging through the woods. And as you see, this isn't woods. That's very thick, overgrown blackberry jungle, which is good. They're using it, they're bedding in there, but you can't track through that kind of crap. So, I don't know. I am quite a bit disappointed, discouraged right now. We'll see if we look into anything. Otherwise, I'm just going to chalk it up to a clean miss on my part. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't have missed. That was ridiculous. It was about 80 yards freehand. I did kind of rush the shot because I was afraid he was going to take off after that bobcat ran across the field. I thought he was about to leave, but I don't know. Well, still no signs of blood or hair or anything. We've seen where he ran off. I mean, we could follow his tracks where he was digging up the ground, running off, because the other deer didn't run when I shot. They just stood there and looked at me, or looked around. They didn't spook until I climbed out of the stand and started walking toward them. So, I mean, I'm 95% sure those are his tracks. There's no blood anywhere along the path he took. And then eventually it kind of dies off, and I can't tell if he went up into the pines or if he dropped down this beaten down path through all this jungle. I mean, he could be laying right in here anywhere, and you can't see him unless you just stumble on him. So, I don't know. Just keep looking. At this point, I'm hoping it was a clean miss. I passed on this deer last year. He was a really tall 6-point last year, and he had a lot of potential. And the couple of pictures I've got of him this year, he was a super tall 9-point. Man, I'm hoping it was just a clean miss, because he was chasing one of those does pretty heavily, and he never raised his flag when he ran off. Actually, even the others, when I came out of the stand, they never raised their flag whenever they ran off. So, I don't know. I'm hoping it was just a clean miss and I get another shot at him this year, because I hate the thought of wounding one and him running off and dying somewhere. That's just, I know that's part of it, but nobody likes to do that or have that happen. Alright, well, no signs of anything here. We walked all through the pine thicket, crisscrossing, 3 of us zigzagging. My dad and brother are over there. We've crisscrossed all through this blackberry jungle in here. We found a ton of beds, which I knew there were beds in here, but I've never walked through here, so I didn't know how covered up it was. But we're just going to chalk it up to a clean miss for now. We're going to go back and watch the video, try to zoom in on the deer and see if we can see any kind of impact, but I don't know. Hey there. So, as you saw, this morning was extremely eventful. I don't know that I've ever seen that many deer. This car go by. I don't know that I've ever seen that many deer in a half-day sit here before, ever. And I know I've never seen that many deer at one time. I've put a lot of work in here this year, trying to increase the habitat on my, I've got 21 and a half acres here, and I've got an aunt and uncle on either side that each have about 15 or 16 acres. I kept saying that was the big 9, the big 9, the big 9. You heard me say it in the earlier videos. We looked for about an hour and a half, never saw any hair or blood or anything. My dad came out with the tractor and he crisscrossed through all those blackberry thicket, basically what it is, and looked for see if maybe the deer was laying in there. Didn't jump anything, never saw anything. From the tractor you're well above all the thicket stuff, so you can see a lot better than if you're just walking through it. No sign of anything. I went back to the house, put it on the computer, the video footage on the computer, looked at it, didn't see any sign of an impact or when the deer spun, nor did I see an exit wound. So, all I can assume is it was a clean miss, and at this point I'm hoping that's all it was a clean miss. That being said, as I looked at it a little bit more, it wasn't the big 9 that I had been getting pictures of. It looked like it from a distance without binoculars, but upon further inspection, it was actually a new 8-point that I don't have any photos of. And it was chasing, it was following that group of does, and that lead doe was in heat. She came out first and had her tail straight out and just kept hunkering up, like she's ready to be bred. And he was following the group, and she was leading that group. So I'm hoping that, the big 9 is still here. I have a really, really wide 8. He's a huge bodied, wide 8. He's not that tall, but he's just super wide. And then my brother and uncle have both seen a 12 in the past 2 weeks here. I don't have any evidence of a 12 anywhere here, but like we just saw with this 8, just because I don't have pictures of them doesn't mean they're not here. So I'm gonna give it a go this evening. I'm back in the same spot. I brought my GoPro this time. I forgot the GoPro mount this morning, so you weren't able to get any video footage of me actually doing what I was doing in the stand and shooting. But I've got it now, so whether that's good or bad or indifferent, whatever, but I brought it. So we've got about 2 hours till dark, so I'm gonna give it a go and see what happens.